Hello everybody, I'm Luke Bong, founder of Influence Mastery. Welcome to this video entitled How to Get People to Do What You Tell Them to. Now in this video, I'm going to share with you an idea that you can use to influence people so that when you give them instruction or when you want to motivate them to do something, they will be readily to actually do what you tell them to do. So how do you do that? Now let's look at an example first. Just imagine that it's the start of a 10-kilometer run. Okay? So your leader comes up to you and tells you this. So how would you feel when you hear your leader says, "We still have 90% of the race to complete. Let's move on, man." Or what if the leader says this? "We have completed 10% of the race. Let's move on." Now let's pause for a moment here. Okay? So if the leader tells you A, how do you feel? Do you feel more motivated to want to run the race? Or do you feel more motivated when the leader says B, "We have already completed 10%, come, let's continue"? Which one is it for you? Okay, before I share with you the answer, just write down your answer somewhere, okay? Now, let's imagine again that we have already run 9 kilometers. It's the last kilometer. Now, how do you feel when your leader tells you, A, "We have already covered 90% already. Let's finish this. Let's do it." Or, "We have 10% of the race to go. Let's finish this." Now, consider the second situation again, A and B. Which is the one that actually motivates you more? Okay. Now, I would take a guess, and my guess is for both the situation, you have probably chosen B as the answer. Okay, and if you have chosen B as the answer, well, that is actually the one that is most chosen in the research I'm going to share with you in a short while. Okay, now why is it so? Well, according to this research, which is called Small Area Hypothesis, published in the Journal of Consumer Research by Professor Fishback and Min Jung Koo in 2012, alright, these two professors, they actually mentioned that we have to focus on a small area when you want to influence people. Now, why a small area? For example, when you are starting something, you ought to focus on the amount that has already been covered, yeah? Not the amount that is remaining. Now, and on the other hand, when you are about to finish or end a certain project or a certain thing, etc., you ought to focus on the amount that is remaining, not the amount that has been covered. Now, why is it so? Now, personally, I feel that when you are trying to convince someone or when you are trying to persuade someone, you have to go to that part whereby it makes it sound like very easy or a very small thing for them to do. Why is that so? Because I think in our mind, human beings are actually geared more towards pleasure or wanting to enjoy more. So if you make something that's so big, what happens is that in the mind they'll be thinking, "Wow, this is tough, man. This is so difficult. I'm not going to do it." So let's use a real example. Okay. Now, a lot of people in sales, they know this. If someone in insurance comes up to you and say, "Sir, your premium for this is only 3,600 ringgit a year." Now, how do you feel when you hear the word 3,600 ringgit a year? It sounds big, right? But on the other hand, the smart salespeople, what do? They will break it down and they will just say this. Well, when you actually save 10 ringgit a day, you are going to get this 200,000 ringgit worth of protection. Now, when you add it all up, 10 ringgit a day also comes up to be about 3,600 ringgit a year. So it's the same thing, but the mind perceives it differently. So that is a practical application of what we call as a small area hypothesis. So use this theory, the small area hypothesis, and you will be more persuasive and more convincing when you are speaking to people. So I hope that this video has served you well, and if you like this video, please click like on the Facebook page or on YouTube, and if you have any comments or questions, just leave them below and I will come back to you. And also please share this video with your friends. So till the next video that I'm going to make for you, thank you so much once again. I really appreciate your time and I look forward to see you again. Bye.